the one, the only, Ben Sion. Good evening and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Just Dafit. As we continue Maseches Gittin, Daf Lamed Beis number 32, and we're starting the fourth parak of Maseches Gittin, Hashaleach. It's a pretty famous parak that's done in a lot of yeshivas. I'm going to talk about Pruzbol and about being Mavatel, a get. That's what we're going to start off with. Start from the Mishnah. Shaleach gal ishto v'yigia b'shliach. You send an emissary to deliver a get to your wife, and then you go before the shliach gives it to your wife. You catch up to him, or you encounter him, as the Gemara says. He encountered them haphazardly. Or you sent another man to go fetch the first shliach that was giving the get. Either he says it, or the shliach that he sends says this get is batel. Hareza batel. The get is null and void. Even though you didn't rip up the get, it's null and void. If the guy would give it to the woman afterward, it wouldn't be a gittin, a gerushin. Kadam kidem etzal ishto. Let's say he himself went to his wife. He said it a shliach to give the get. Before the shliach got to her and gave it to her, the husband met his wife. Or he sent a shliach to the wife. He preempts it. Hareza batel again. This is also a way of nullifying the get. However, if he sent the shliach and sure he got the get, then the get, the gerushin already happened. You can't make it null and void. There was actually a third way of doing it. Originally, you could set up a beis din. You don't have to go to the shliach or go to the woman and say it's batel. You could actually go to the front of a beis din and make a proclamation in front of a beis din, and say it's batel, because any ma'isa that you do in front of a beis din has halachic ramifications. 2 edim is not good enough. We'll talk about that in tomorrow's year, but in front of a beis din, you'd actually mavatel it. That it used to be okay, and the get would be batel. Hiskin, Rabbi Gamliel, Hazakin, Shelo Yehu Osin came. They had taken Oler. Rabbi Gamliel said that even though technically midoraisa it's valid, the bittul is valid, you're not allowed to do that. Why are you not allowed to do that? Because a lot of times you'll go to in private to a beis din and you'll say it's batel. The wife will get the get. She'll think she's divorced. She's really not divorced, and then she's going to marry someone else. She got mamzerim. So therefore, it's pretty serious. Rabbi Gamliel basically did away with this practice. The Gemara says hegio lo kasani el hegio. The afilu mamela. It says hegio. It doesn't mean that he met the shliach on purpose. He caught up to him. Even haphazardly, he bumped into him. Afilu mamela. V'lo amrinan l'sura kamechaven. The chiddush of why it says hegio is because if he sends someone after her to Mavatel, if he really wanted Mavatel to get, but let's say he just haphazardly passes, and then he knows he sent the get with the shliach, and then he just I'm saying it's batel. I really don't mean it's batel. I just want to annoy my wife, right? In which case, it's not a real bittul, and it's really a good get. I'll read on Natsura Kamacham. We assume it's a real. We assume he's really mavatel. We don't assume he's just playing with her. He really wants to mavatel it. And obviously, if he goes ahead and he purposely runs after the shliach, we know he wants to mavatel it. Maybe he just meased him. He really doesn't want him to batel. He just says batel because he wants to cause her pain. Still, nonetheless, we say he really had intended to batel it. It's batel. Why do you need the second case? He sent one shliach to give the get. Now he sends another shliach to batel it. So the second shliach can't be more powerful than the first shliach. Can't be batel it. Kamash Malana does work. The Mishnah continues. He went to his wife. That's when he meets the shliach. If he meets the wife, he's upset at his wife. They're getting divorced. They're in a fight, obviously a big fight that warrants their divorce. So he really plans to give him the get. The reason he says it's batel, he just wants to cause her pain, right? To annoy her. Kamashma, no, we assume he really is mavatel. Why do you need that case? If he's going to go run after the shliach, so he really had intended to mavatel the get. But to send a shliach, it's not so hard for the shliach to go walk and to run after this man, the other shliach. So maybe I really didn't intend to say it's batel. I just wanted to mitzvah her. Or Kamash Malan, no, it really is a good bittul. Obviously, once the gerushin happened, it happened. It's finalized. He set out, he's running after the shliach to mevatel it, but he has not yet got up to him, and then the shliach gives it to the wife before he has a chance to mevatel it. Not the same like you might think that we see that in his mind, he's megala to us that he really wants to mevatel the get. Nonetheless, since he actually did it with mevatel the get, it doesn't matter. Dvarim shabalev on dvarim, it's a famous concept in halacha. Just because you had that in mind, you have to actually verbalize it to the shliach or to the woman. Tanar Rabbanan, batel who. If he says batel, he says the get is batel, ef shibo, or he says it's impossible for me to live with this get. Dvar of kayamim, his words are kayam, the get is batel. Pasal who, if he says the get is pasal, ain't no get, or he says it's not a get, lo amar klum, because you can't say it's a pasal. It really is a kosher get. You can't say it's pasal, right? Or it's not a get. It is a get. You can mevatel if you want. Remember the batel lishna the levatel mashma. We see what from the first half of this price. A batel who works. Batel means I am now nullifying, invalidating the get. Amar Rabba bar Aibo, Amar Rav Sheshes, Amar Rabba bar Avua, Mekabel Matana Shamar La'acher, Shabasa Matana Liyodo, Matana Azu Mivutelet. Let's say someone sends a present to somebody, right? And after the person gets it, he says, this present is nullified. I didn't want to give you the present. Tibatel. Or he says, it should be batel. Now, it's impossible to live with this present. Lomer klum. None of those statements have any effect. Once the present was given, you can't take it back. Batlahi ena matana. Betelahi. He says it originally was batal. I never planned on giving it. Even after the matana was given to the person, retroactively it's not a matana. Dvar of kayamim. It works. Alma batal mi karamash. When he says batal, it doesn't mean I'm mavatal it now. It means that I was mavatal it beforehand, before you got it. So what does the word batal mean? I'm going to buy a batal. So by answers, top of lam bezim shtei lishonas mashma. It can be construed two different ways. The batal, mashma the batal, mashma the liftal. It's mashma that I'm batal it now. That it's batal. It was batal originally. It's mashma that it should be batal now. Gabe get lishon the mahani be kamar. So by get, when he says batal, he means the way it's going to be effective, which is now I'm making it null and void. When similarly, when you give a matana to somebody and you want to take back the matana, you want to be an Indian giver, you meant to say that when you say batel, it means it was originally batel. We have a concept, a tradition passed down that a shliach that was set up to give over a present to someone is like a shliach to give a get. Nafkamina, what does that tell me? Right, we know when you give a get to a woman, that's ein chavin la'adam shelo b'fanav, right? Because it's a chol for the woman. So when I send the shliach to give it to the wife, you can't be mazak it right away. When the shliach takes it, he can't right away acquire it on behalf of the woman to say she's megureshes when he acquires it, because it's a chol for the woman to be megureshes. A matana is a schus for a person. Nonetheless, we learn from here that when I say holich, bring it to the person, I'm not saying take it and be zocha. I'm saying when you give it to him, it's a matana. But when I'm giving it to you to give to him, you cannot go ahead and take it and acquire it on his behalf, even though it's zachan la'adam shelo b'fanav. But holich does not give you the ability to be zocha. I'm not giving you that capability. Ravina ashkechel Rav Nachman Yitzchak. Ravina found Rav Nachman Yitzchak the tali v'kai v'ivra the dash. He was leaning on the door. The kami ba'ile, he was asking batel mahu. Let's say he said, instead of saying batel hu, he just says batel. He says batel hu, we learned before. He's making a null and void. He says batel. Does that mean batel hu or not? So the Gemara says, take it. We're not sure about that. Amar Rav Sheshes, or Amar Rav Tana. Sheshes says, some say it was taught in a brisa. Get zel lo yoil. If a person says about a get, it won't work. Lo yatir, it should not matir my wife to marry other people. Lo yaziv, it should not let her leave me. Lo yishalach, it shouldn't send her away. Lo yigaresh, it shouldn't divorce. Yehei cheres, it should be like a shard of pottery. Yehei cheres, it should be like cheres. Dvarav kayamim, these are all effective languages to mavatal the get. Eino moil, however he says the get, it doesn't work. Eino matir, the get doesn't matir. Eino ma'aziv, it doesn't make her leave. Eino mishalach, it doesn't send her away. Eino magaresh, it's not megarish or cheresu. It is like earthenware pottery, a pottery shard. Kecheresu lo amar klum. Again, the same reason we said before, because You can nullify the get, but you can't say something untrue. You can't say this get is not something that freezer. A get freezer. You can say I don't want this get, but you can't say it's not a get. Let's say he says it is like cheres. What is Allah? Right? If you say this is hekdesh, or this is hefker, that works, right? Hareyu hekdesh, or this is hefker, it makes it hefker. The same thing over here. Hareyu cheres. When you hit the word hare, that's connoting that you are actually making a statement of making null and void, and it works. So the Gemara asks, Chozer Megarish, Boyna Chozer Megarish. Let's say you send the shliach, and then you're mavatal the get. You went to the shliach, you went to the woman, you're mavatal the get. Now, now 2 months later, decide I really want to give me Megarish her again. Can I go ahead and use the same get? Rav Nachman Amar Chozer Megarish, but he says you could. Rav Sheshes Amar Eno Chozer Megarish, but you can't. V'hilchas hakavasi de Rav Nachman, l'chafal Rav Nachman, you could. And it is true about Kaimla Hilchas hakavasi de Rav Yochanan. We follow the halachas like Rav Yochanan. Where's Rabbi Yochanan? The Amar Chozeres. This is a case in Maseches Kedushin, on Daf Nun Tet, where it talks about where you give the woman money and you say, take this money for Kedushin, and after 30 days, the Kedushin will take effect. So, and she agreed to that. And then before 30 days arrive, she regrets. The Kedushin, you need the Ratzon, you need the Haskama. She has to agree to the Kedushin, as opposed to Gerushin could be against Bal Karfa, but Kedushin she has to agree to. If she Chozeres, she originally accepted it, and then 15 days later she says, I don't want to do it, it works. Right? And Bavatal the Matana of the Kedushin. You gave her the money for Kedushin, Bavatal it. So the Gemara says, Haki Hashta Hasam, we pass like Rabbi Yochanan. The Gemara says, Haki Hashta Hasam, Dibru v'Dibru. Asi Dibru v'Vatal Dibru. That's not considered a Maisa. I'm going to explain this more in Iyuth Ben Tzion. It's not, even though you gave her the money for Kedushin, you gave her the Shava Pruta, and you said it should be in effect 30 days later, right? It's not called a Maisa until 30 days arrive. I'll explain why in Iyuth Ben Tzion. Basically, in a short summary, is that when it comes to Kedushin, the Kedushin, like if she didn't have the money in 30 days, she lost the money in 30 days, or it's gone, the Kedushin doesn't take effect, because 30 days later it takes effect. But Kedushin is you're only Mekadesh woman by giving her a monetary benefit, and she has to have that monetary benefit. So it only took a place. The Maisa is only 30 days later. Her Askama, her agreement is just Dibor, and therefore she can retract Dibor. Here, when he makes a shliach, right, to give the get, all he is doing is mavatel the shliach, right? He made a shliach, so he's not nullifying the get, right? The get he can't nullify because it's a piece of paper, it's a maisa with a ksiva, right? The get is a maisa. You wrote the get, right? The ksiva or the chasima, according to Rameir, makes it into a valid document. All you did with your dibur is mavatal the shliach, but you never mavatal the get. The get is a maisa, and a dibur is not mavatal maisa. Mavatal dibur is not mavatal maisa. We'll explain this concept further in Iyuth Ben Tzion. That's the conclusion of today's year. Stay tuned for Iyuth Ben Tzion. We discuss it further. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.